If you're anything like me, you are sick of hearing about all the things your homeschool kid is missing out on. Hey guys, my name is Shauna, and if you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We're in our 7th year of homeschooling. We have a 2nd grader and a 6th grader this year. Today, I wanted to talk with you about what our homeschool kids are getting. Guys, before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. I also recently kind of sent out my first newsletter from the website. First one in 3.5 years. In a minute. It's been a minute. But I sent one out. I didn't love it. But it's done, and I'm gonna get better. I know I'm gonna make progress. So head over to my website, makingeverydaymagic.com, and sign up for that newsletter. Guys, I feel like the only thing that we get to hear about our homeschoolers is the things that they are missing out on. And so rarely is the script flipped. So rarely are we embracing what our kids are actually getting in comparison to their brick and mortar, long day public school counterparts. So I am here today to tell you, let's do this instead. Let's talk about what our kids are getting. Let's get the narrative out there, all the things they are getting, instead of all the things they're missing. And are we really missing them, honestly? I want to come here and I want to encourage you to just stop that discussion. Let's put it in reverse and make it what we want it to be. The world is our oyster when it comes to homeschooling. Truly. We can learn anywhere, with anything, anytime, wherever we are, wherever we go. Our children are getting a truly global experience, and that is whether or not you ever leave your town. You can get a far superior societal education right in your own town if your children are actually allowed out to frolic in society, as opposed to being trapped inside for 8 hours a day with people who are just like them from their neighborhoods, same socioeconomic brackets in all likelihood, and they're really being sheltered, I feel like, in a public school classroom, in a classroom of any kind. I really feel like they are being kind of kept in, and I really am always amazed that the perception of homeschoolers is that we are the, 11-year-old wizard kept under the stairs. And people think that sending your kids to school is this like amazing and monumental thing that you're sending them out into the world, when really you're most likely putting them in a box to take them to a bigger box that's a box. It's a closet under the stairs. We are out in the world. People always think that homeschoolers like lurk in the shadows and don't come out. And that is, at least everybody I know, 180 degrees the opposite of what is happening. So it is amazing to me that this narrative has persisted, that somehow putting your kid in a box over there is so much more worldly and socializing than taking my kids to the world. So I don't know how it's persisted, but I am here. We're going to rally together. We are going to change it, because can we talk about lies? Because that is a lie. You know what? And talking about world and things like that, I feel like this is actually a really good integration to give you guys my update on Cultured Kid, because I've had a ton of questions about it. So stay tuned. If you want to skip, you can check the timestamps down below, and I will have it linked where you can see us using my use of the Cultured Kid. So be sure to stick with that. Now, in what our homeschool families and schoolers are actually getting, because we're focusing on what we're getting. Since everybody is so quick to tell us what we're missing, let's just run down a few things and find out if we're actually missing them. Socialization. Are we? No, I just tackled that one. No, we're not. We're actually better at this. Yes, thank you. So what about, learning how to deal with tough stuff like bullying? Do we want that? No. One I hear a lot is, how will they learn how to sit still and do what they're supposed to? Or how will they learn how to do things they don't want to do? Is that what we want though? The absurdity of the question. If people actually stopped and thought about what they were asking us, is that what my goal is? To teach the tiny humans who are going to rule the planet to do things they don't want to do or to do things that other people are making them doing, especially having two girls. Is that what I want? Is it? Because not. It's super not. Other things, and I've thought about this, prom, graduation. Are we missing that though? Because a lot of homeschool groups, especially in our area, band together and do proms and graduation. So we're not really missing that. I just might not have to sit through a graduation of 1,200 kids. Fiddlesticks. Missing out on college. No, they're not. Missing out on AP classes. Not that one either. Missing out on organized sports. I don't know if you know this, but if your kid is only playing school sports, they're kind of not maximizing their sports potential if sports is their thing, because now everything's about private clubs, private ball, club ball, travel ball, dance companies. It's not, come on, nope, that also, not that one either. Something I have thought about recently is because the girls are at home with us and then my daughter did dance, so there's not a lot of interaction with her and boys. And so I'm like, oh no. And then I'm like, wait, but do I want that at 10? I am not sad that my kid isn't the one running home from school in third grade being like, oh, I have a boyfriend, or oh, so-and-so has a boyfriend. I don't love that. And I'm not keeping them from the world. I'm not saying that. And I don't have strict puritanical views that we all must be pure until a wonderful husband bestows his gift on us. Not that one either. I'm just saying at that age, is that the distraction or thought process that I really want my daughter having? Because it's not. So not really missing it. So all these things we're missing out on, I don't miss. Don't miss lining my hiney up 3 hours before school gets out so you can get out of there in 45 minutes at pickup time. Nope. Am I missing getting up early? Not that one either. No, I'm not. Not even sad about it. So now that you are with me and we're holding hands and we've established that, oh, you don't even want those things. Let's talk about the things that our kids are getting. First of all, our kids are getting a stellar education. How do I know that? Because wherever they are in their educational journey, you as a homeschool parent are likely meeting them there. You're not trying to pound that round peg into the square hole because that's not your kid. That's not going to work for them. There's a reason we've chosen homeschooling as homeschooling parents, and it's not so that we can be like, you know what? I want my kids' education to be garbage. I want them to have no skills for life. I want them to be stuck in a rut with no possible form of escape. That's not what we've chosen. We have specifically chosen this way of life to offer our children things that they aren't getting, things that they wouldn't get. For example, my elementary kids, my youngest is in 2nd grade and she has done history every year. Now, am I drilling her on it? No. Is it appropriate for her age, my expectation of what she gets out of it? Absolutely. But she has 100% more historical facts in her brain than probably the average bear. And because we were able to meet her where she was and to give her a little bit of a better jumping off point, my 2nd grader is tackling multiplication, which I think will be the video right before this one or the video right after this one about our embracing of that. So be sure to check that out. But our kids are offered such a more well-rounded, my kids they're in their 2nd year of art history. I just don't think that enough is spoken about the stellar education that our kids are getting. One of the things that we are doing as a family is a foreign language study with the Cultured Kid. I'm going to pause right here and I'm going to talk about the Cultured Kid because it's amazing and we've been using it now for 6 weeks, something like that. And it's a fantastic platform. It is geared more toward my younger one, but we're sitting and doing it all as a family. Of course, I'm never doing it the way that it's expected or prescribed to do it. However, if you did, I bet that would be amazingly simple because the entire premise is that you can teach your young child a foreign language in 5 minutes a day. And one of my favorite pieces of curriculum, they tell you what to do. Yes, thank you. I'm going to show you the site. I'm going to show you all of the things and I'm going to tell you how we are using it specifically. But I do feel like before I cut over, it's worth mentioning that this is one of those things that my kids are getting that I know other 2nd graders aren't getting. And not that none of them are, because foreign language is really important and a great study and it's something parents can absolutely supplement with. But are they getting that? Like if I just sent her to Where We're Zoned, is that something she'd be receiving apples to apples with her classmates? It's not. And so I know that we as homeschooling parents are giving our children a stellar education by being able and choosing to offer them amazing educational opportunities. And one of the ways that we are doing that this year is with the Cultured Kid. So let's pop over and give it a look.
Okay, guys. So you've already seen on here where there is the website that tells you all of the things that it offers and all of the amazing partners that they have shared. They also have monthly lesson plans, which break it down completely by day. You can reference them online or print them. They literally tell you what to say. They give you the script of these videos. The videos totally give me like My Baby Can Read vibes if anybody is old enough or had used that and can remember that, where it's just very simple. Here is your core vocabulary. It gives you all of your lesson plans for each week, tells you exactly what to do what days, how to use it, games to play. It's so fun. It's so simple. I love the look of their website. I like how everything's very fresh, very light. I like that it's very cartoonish. I think that that appeals very much to children. I mean, I even like it a lot. So I can appreciate that. We are this week, I think we did bundle 6. I'm just showing you. But as you can see, you can pop around. So if your kid already knows counting or numbers or colors, any of that, you can totally pop around. So you're not kind of like married to the schedule they've given you. But I do like that you can download everything, or you can go ahead and print it, or you can use it straight from this site, which I think is really nice. Some of the things that I personally really like are the flashcards. I printed and laminated all of them, and we play games with them all the time. I love them. Again, I like the kind of animated style. So I like the flashcards. I love the worksheets because you can print them off, and it's just like a fun little thing to do. I like that they have, and you'll see it here in just a minute, like a little song player, but we love our favorite thing is the vocabulary video. So we'll sit down all together one night a week as a family and watch the videos together. Then later in the week, we'll get out our cards, and something that I really think makes all the difference for how my kids are going to retain this is the games. So my kids love the games. And because this is web-based, we can play them anywhere. So she can play them from the iPad, she can play them from the computer in our home, she can play them from my phone. So it really is really handy that they can do it from everywhere. I like that they have their own little music player kind of preloaded with the songs to get you through the week. So you just pop one on and just kind of have it playing. And then I also really like the read aloud. So the read aloud books are great because they will read to you entirely in Spanish, they will read to you entirely in English, or they will read to you first in Spanish and then in English so that you really get what they're trying to say. I absolutely love that the Cultured Kid has taken the time. Their entire platform is geared for, 3 to 8-year olds. So it's kind of that preschool, early elementary level. And every single thing that is included is right on track with that. So they've done a really good job of keeping this entire platform while learning a foreign language, learning a hard concept. It is entirely age appropriate and it's manageable, 5 minutes a day. I absolutely love it. Think it's amazing.
One more thing that is not spoken enough about when it comes from people who like to tell us what our kids are not getting is that our kids, not their kids, our kids are getting more free time. Why? Because we don't have homework. Why are they getting more free time? Because they're not spending hours a day in school simply trying to get to or from other places that's not educational. We don't have to spend tons of time every day commuting to school. Our kids get more playtime and free time. Why? Because as homeschoolers, it's very likely that you understand the increased significance and importance of free and unstructured time. And because more of that time isn't taken up with homework and just existing in a box down the street, they are provided with more of the opportunity to play, which I don't know if you know this, but play is the purest form of education. Why? Because kids will learn so much through play. And there's a ton of research that says that. You don't have to trust me in one little iota bit. But play. Play is such a valuable part of life. And especially in these days when kids are doing bananas crazy sports stuff in the evenings and they've got an hour of homework, but they're supposed to read 30 minutes a day, and you're getting them up and the entire morning is taking up with just getting them ready to put them on the bus to get them to the school, and they're there until, let's say, you have an amazing schedule and you're home by 3:15. You've got to do 45 minutes or an hour of homework and then reading. So let's just give it really good grace and say you're done with that by 5. It's time for dinner, and then you're off to activities. But even if you're not off to activities, 6 o'clock. Are they helping with chores? 6:30. Are you spending any time together as a family and getting them a reasonable enough amount of sleep? That's an hour and a half. You have an hour and a half of family time. We have so much more than that. I can tell you, just observing my child and other children, the familial sibling bond is so much greater in my children. And it is because they truly have become each other's best friends. They enjoy each other's company. They value the other person's feelings and respect them. And that is because this way of life has allowed our family to increase and strengthen those bonds, especially in the sibling department, where I feel like so often people who were born together are somehow kept apart, and it's sad. It's tragically sad. So when we talk about the things that our homeschool kids are getting, stellar education, free time, playtime, family time, increased sibling bonds, which is amazing and wonderful. It's just more. It's more in so many ways. And I'm tired of everybody telling us or leading us to believe that it's less. It's not freaking less, okay? It is more. This is a life of amazing abundance that we have been handed and given and worked for and strive for and sacrificed for and are privileged with. This is what our kids are getting. They are getting this from us because we've chosen this way of life as a family. And society is finally starting to reward us with the pressures, with more offerings, more classes. We're finally starting to feel like homeschool isn't a dirty word, and it is glorious. Instead of focusing on all the things that our homeschool kids are missing out on, we need to be focusing on the things that our kids are getting. So we need to stop focusing on the absence of and focus on the abundance of. So the next time somebody tells you what your homeschool kids aren't getting, first of all, tell them you're not even missing it, if any of the things they have to say. And second of all, tell them all the things they are getting, because by golly gee willikers, they are. And I guarantee you this, most of those people just jealous. They are jealous that they don't have the family time. They are jealous that they've got to get their kids everywhere. If they stopped and thought about it, they would be quite envious of the things that your homeschool family has. Now, I'm not saying you should run out and do all of this to make other people green with envy, but I'm just saying if you remember this in the back of your head, their dumb comments don't sting as bad. So there's that. Thinked. I can't believe I did that. But yeah, I can a little bit. Need more coffee. All right, guys. Well, I hope that you found this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. If you would like more information on the Cultured Kid, if I didn't answer anything, shoot me a comment down below or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. And yeah, I've got a link below, and go show them some love. Again, we're loving it. We're picking up things. My favorite part, so the kids' probably favorite part is the video, which I feel like is like reminiscent of Teach Your Baby to Read. Do you remember that? It's just so simple and clean, and it just gets the exact point across, all you need. They don't, they're not harping on conjugating verbs and things like that. And then the interactive games, because I can take this with me anywhere. So that I love. You guys know I love me some online interactive stuff. At this rate, by the end of the year, I'm going to wind up being like a game schooler is what's going to happen. Maybe. Anyways, all right, guys. Yeah, I think I've said enough. Probably too much, like always, but if you stuck around to this part, you're my bestie. Bye.